Good evening, hello. Test 1, 2. Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Winter Jazz Concert. I'm Gabe Condon. I'm the assistant professor of music here, and I direct the jazz ensemble here and also the jazz combo program. And so I'm really happy to see you all and really excited to present this program this evening. Our first part of the program will be the jazz combo, and we'll be performing a series of jazz standards. But one of the tasks, one of the assignments for this semester was that each student, 3 of the students took the pieces that you'll hear tonight and made an arrangement out of them. So a lot of these arrangements were some of the first arrangements that students have kind of undertaken. And so I'm really proud of them for putting these together. And these are based off of what we get in for jazz musicians is traditionally a lead sheet that gives us the melody and the chords, and we also listen to a recording. And so they took that information and put it together into their own unique arrangements. So really happy to present these 3 pieces for you by the Hamilton College Jazz Combo. the Hamilton College Jazz Ensemble, the Jazz Combo. And please also welcome the Hamilton College Jazz Ensemble now. Hello, test. Hello? So I'm, like I mentioned before, really excited to present this program, and one of the reasons I'm really excited is to play this first piece, which is Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker, but arranged by Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn. We're going to play 3 movements of the suite, and I put them slightly out of order because when we're just playing 3 movements, it sort of makes it into a nice set where we have a fast piece and then a slow piece and then another fast piece, which is sort of, borrowing from the concerto order of form from, classical music. But I'd like to just give a quick introduction about this piece. Of course, this is a legendary piece from the European canon, and so Ellington and Strayhorn are really drawing from the Black American jazz tradition to expand on what Tchaikovsky did and to change it and to make it an expression of Black American culture. And so, we've seen sort of this tradition going back to the development of spirituals, for instance, and in the jazz tradition with musicians taking Tin Pan Alley pieces and Broadway music that was part of the dominant culture and subverting that and taking it into their own culture and making it something new, something that is uniquely Black American music. And so a few of the things that you'll hear on this piece are particularly the development of groove, the incorporation of syncopation and metric contrast, and also the incorporation of blues vocabulary. One moment I want you to listen for in particular is on the 3rd movement, the Peanut Brittle Brigade. You'll hear the theme presented in a very straight form, the original form. So it sounds ba da 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 dum da dum da dum, and then you'll hear it presented in a jazz form that includes syncopation. So it sounds like this: ba ba da da dum ba da ba 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 ba. So you'll hear this sort of transformation of Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker into a jazz piece. So I hope you enjoy these 3 movements of the Nutcracker Suite. Connor Marley. Connor Marley on the saxophone. David Levine, also on the tenor saxophone. Caleb Goldstein on the clarinet. Alex Bailey on the trumpet. And also Isaac Scribner on the piano. For our next couple selections, please join me in welcoming Maddie Cron on vocals. So this piece, What Are You Doing New Year's Eve, is a very appropriate piece for this time of the year. Frank Lesser is the composer for the music of Guys and Dolls and many other famous Broadway musicals. This is sort of another example of what I was talking about before, where jazz musicians often will take Broadway show tunes or tunes that are Tin Pan Alley songs and expand on them with jazz vocabulary. So in addition to Maddie, we also have Jackson Smith on solo trumpet for What Are You Doing New Year's Eve? Maddie Cron on vocals. The next piece, Chega de Saudade, roughly translated from Portuguese, meaning enough longing, was translated into English and retitled No More Blues by John Hendricks, who's a really influential scat singer and vocalese. It basically developed the technique of vocalese along with a couple other jazz vocalists, which is the practice of taking a jazz solo, an improvised solo, and writing words to it and then performing it with those words. So this piece, developed from a long collaboration of jazz artists with Brazilian artists, starting with Stan Getz and João Gilberto in the 1950s and developing from there. One of the reasons why Brazilian music works so well in a jazz setting is because a lot of the harmonic language is shared, and also there's sort of this emphasis on groove developing from the Afro diaspora and coming to Brazil, coming to the United States, and so there's this shared rhythmic sense as well. So I hope you enjoy this rendition of Chega de Saudade.
To roam. Home is where the heart is. The funny part is my heart's been right there all along. No more tears and no more sighs and no more fears. I'll say no more goodbyes if travel beckons me. I swear I'm gonna refuse. I'm gonna settle down and there'll be no more blues. Travel around the world in search of happiness, but all my happiness I found was in my hometown. No more blues and no more sighs and no more fears. I'll say no more goodbyes, and now I'll settle down, never roam and find a man and make a home. When we settle down, there'll be no more blues, nothing but happiness. When we settle down, there'll be no more blues. Turn homeward, forever homeward. I traveled round the world in search of happiness, but all my happiness I found was in my hometown. No more blues, I'm going back home. No more dues, I'm through with all my wants, and now I'll settle down, never roam and find a man and make a home. When we settle down, there'll be no more blues, nothing but happiness. When we settle down, there'll be no more blues, nothing but happiness. When we settle down, there'll be no more blues, nothing but happiness. When we settle down, there'll be no more blues.
Maddie Cron. And also Michael Coe on the alto saxophone. The last piece of this first set is Song for the Harvest, and those of you who were at our Fall Coming concert also heard this piece. And it's by Toshiko Akiyoshi, who is a really amazing composer and also a pianist who led a band and toured for many years. Akiyoshi was a trailblazer in many ways as the first woman to win both Best Composer and Best Arranger for Downbeat Magazine annual Readers Poll, and she's also a National Endowment for the Arts Jazz Master. And actually, I just found out that next Thursday she will be celebrating her 95th birthday. So she's happy birthday to Toshiko Akiyoshi, and hope that she's doing well. So what's interesting about Akiyoshi's music is that she explores Japanese themes within her music, and also she writes music that's deeply personal to her. And this piece has to do with the sort of years between 18 and 22, maybe represented by a few people up here, when there's a lot of sort of growth and learning about new things and developing your own identity and voice. And that's what this piece is about, called Song for the Harvest. Alex Bailey on the trumpet, Leo Liu on the guitar, and Caleb Goldstein on the clarinet. Thank you so much. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Thanks for sticking around. This first piece is going to be a composition by Phil Woods, who's a great alto saxophonist, and it's his tribute to Cannonball Adderley, who is, a really influential alto saxophonist and sort of out of the style of Charlie Parker and the bebop style. And this piece actually reflects Cannonball's interest in R&B and soul, so you'll hear that type of groove as we play Julian. And also really simple pentatonic bluesy melodies are going to be front and center with this piece. Cannonball could play just about anything, but during the later part of his career, he really focused on more funk and R&B style music and more simple kind of bluesy playing, which is sort of at the heart of what he does, even though he can also play really intricate melodies as well. So I hope you enjoy Julian. We have Spencer Copeland, Isaac Scribner, Jackson Smith, and Michael Coe featured on this piece. Michael Coe, Spencer Copeland, Isaac Scribner, and Jackson Smith. Please also help me welcome Maddie Cron back to the stage. This next piece, Social Call by Gigi Grice, is something that's written in a very standard, what could be a Broadway or Tin Pan Alley piece, but Gigi Grice was actually a jazz saxophonist, clarinetist, and composer. He's also known for being the composer of Nika's Tempo and Minority, collaborated with a lot of the great jazz artists in New York City during the 60s and 70s. And so Maddie actually introduced this piece to me. I wasn't familiar with it. And this is a great arrangement by Scott Archangel, and you'll hear a nice saxophone solo that he composed for the piece, which features the section. So I hope you enjoy Social Call.
About you, so I thought I'd pay a social call. Do you recall the old days we used to have a ball? Not that I'm lonesome without you, I just thought I'd pay a social call. I'd lie and say things are just swell, but to tell the truth, I haven't been too well. And if you should try to kiss me, I wouldn't even start. Maybe we'll get back together, starting with this incidental, elemental, simple social call. Starting with this incidental, elemental, simple social call. Social call.
Maddie Cron, and Eli Short on the trumpet. And now for something completely different. Yeah, the band knows what I'm talking about. This piece, Dance You Monsters to My Soft Song, is by a really amazing composer who has received Grammys in both the classical and jazz genres. She's really famous for her 18-member collective, the Maria Schneider Orchestra. She's also a NEA jazz master as well. And in this piece, you'll hear this sort of ostinato in the bass, which is sort of what underpins the entire piece for everything except for the solo sections. And that's a repeating bass line that you'll hear kind of cycle over and over again, which keeps the group kind of grounded. And it's not something that we've really heard with any of the other pieces before. And one of my goals with this piece is just to kind of expose our group to different types of different kind of genres, subgenres of jazz. So this is a really, really interesting piece, and you'll hear solos from Rudy Ciplione, Isaac Scribner, John Jing, Spencer Copeland, Leo Liu, and Caleb Goldstein on this one. Thank you so much. So I'd just like to thank a few people, Jim Gatsby, our sound engineer, and James LaRonde for doing our recording and live streaming tonight. It's such a luxury to come up here and be able to just make music and not have to think about any of that stuff, and it sounds so great out in the hall, so thank you so much. Michelle Reiser-Memmer for all of her making posters and advertisement and sending things out to the press. Also, we have some special guests up here tonight. Stephen Wu is the Irma M. and Robert D. Morris Professor of Economics, and he's joining us on bass. Please give him a hand. And also, Heather Bookman is the John L. Baldwin Jr. Professor of Music and also the acting chair of the Dance and Movement Studies Department. She's joining us on trombone. And I'd just like to give a big thank you to the entire band because I think, as you've seen, we've played some really difficult music tonight. And one person sort of, before I started this position in July, kind of gave me the advice that, you should challenge Hamilton students because they'll rise to the challenge. And that's definitely been the case with this ensemble. So please just give another round of applause to this amazing jazz ensemble tonight. So we're going to close out our concert with a piece that was made famous by Etta James, and we're doing it a little bit more in the style that she did it. This is called At Last, and we're going to feature Maddie Cron on vocal and also David Levine on tenor saxophone. Please join me in welcoming Maddie back to the stage.
Is this on? Hello? Okay. Anyway, I think our professor left off somebody on that list of people to thank, and I think I speak on behalf of the entire group here. We would like to thank you for your successful first semester. Coming in at Hamilton, we are all filled with uncertainty with how the band's going to be run and sort of the questions we have with who's this new guy coming in telling us what to do. And we are super grateful that this person that has come to join us is so open-minded. He has challenged us with music that we have never played with before. And as you all have heard today, it comes from a wide breadth of genres and origins. So it not only challenges us on how we play, but also challenges us on how we think of ourselves in the place of jazz and how we express the music as well. And for that, we can't thank you enough. And we thank you for the patience you've had with us transitioning into Hamilton as well. And so if Maddie could come and join us, we've prepared something modest. It's nothing crazy. Yeah. So again, so everyone in the band contributed to this very cute gift. And again, we would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for making this such an amazing experience. And so, thank you.
Yeah, so I think you can tell why they make my job so easy. They're just such a pleasure to work with. So thank you for being here, and please enjoy this last piece, At Last.